This is the Bitcoin 1-month overview reading for November 2022. It's currently October 12th, 2022, 7:56 p.m. Eastern Time. The overall theme and behavior, guys, we have a rally that offers an opportunity to position oneself for a downturn again. Before I get into the real details here, guys, let's check out how we did in September. Being that it's October, we're still in October now, we'll check out the accuracy for September. All right, so we had, let's see here. September started here, right? So we had a first high on the 2nd. We were off by about a day there, and then on the 7th, there's a pretty strong low. We have there on the 8th, 7th, 8th, a strong low, with a little bit of a crest there between. On the 6th, right, a crest and a trough on the 5th. So that's pretty accurate. Trough there, crest there, right? And then we have a sharp drop there. What? That's on the 7th, followed by a rally. And we've got a high here on, what is this, the 13th. So we have a high, like a high somewhere around the 10th or the 12th or 13th. So you can see there the 12th actually stands out pretty well as a high. Followed by another prominent trough on the 18th. Boom. There you go, right? That's actually another month's low there. And then on the 20th, we had another high. Boom. 27th, off by a day. But that's pretty accurate, guys. I mean, this prediction, September prediction, it was... actually photographed, let's see, they created August 22nd, 2022. So not bad. Day off ain't bad, guys. An analyst can never do that. So with that said, check out the remainder of this August video, or excuse me, this November video. And guys, if you want to support the channel, we do all this stuff for free. We put out 93 videos in the last 30 days. Over 900 videos in the last 365 days, guys. So with that said, all free, all free. With that said, please help support the channel. One of the ways you can do that is if you plan to buy and sell Bitcoin, you can use the Simple Swap IO. There's an affiliate link in the description below, and if you sign up through there, and super simple, guys, it has so many different altcoins, and you can swap directly between them. You know, it actually supports the channel quite a bit, and it's a really, really cool website. It's super simple to use. With that said, guys, check out this November reading. The overall theme and behavior for November, we have a strong rally, or a big move higher that marks an opportunity to open up a short position or protect against long positions. It's crossed with a decline to and through a support level to meet a second support level, and then bounces around sideways for a bit before breaking down through multiple support levels. There's also a few places throughout the month where there's likely to be a sharp drop. Maybe not at all the locations, but at least at one or some of them. And then the behavior around the high, we have bumping up along resistance, and breaking through, bumping along resistance, breaking through, that sort of behavior. Around the low, we have out of the low a sideways fluctuations with a bullish trend, but that precedes a decline. And it looks like the highs and lows are within close proximity to each other as well on the timeline. So, like, you know, within like a week of each other usually. Usually closer than that, but within a week, I'd say. Behavior. Okay, so let's go through it like this. I think probably what happens is we rally into the end of the month. There's a few places where there's some sharp drops. We probably come up against the important price level that we like drop from a few times. But we have a couple high correlators in here at the end of the month as well. So those three places where there could be a sharp drop, and one point there's a low correlator in here as well. And then it looks like the sneak preview card is very much the same energy as the Ace of Wands, the theme card for this month. So it looks like the rally probably continues into December. and it's that rally that offers an opportunity to open up a short position or protect against long positions. My sense is that these sharp drops are good trade opportunities. If you see, each of them has trade correlations as well, so we'll get into it. The third is most likely where the month's low will take place. It's got the most likelihood to be the month's low. Most likely, yeah. Okay, so on the first we have we have volatility that increases with volatility as we move forward into the day. There's a swing trade opportunity involving an attempt to reestablish support. On the second, we have another swing trade opportunity. There's an important price level highlighted, and there's a big move out of oversold territory or to fill a previous gap down. It's involved in the trade opportunity there, the big move higher. And then the overall theme, there's a important price level highlighted there where volume will and volatility will flatten out. On the third, we have a U-shaped dip. We have our correlation to a month's low there. Something that's hidden might come to light, but more likely it's a U-shaped dip. And then on the fourth, we have two swing trade opportunities and a very strong likelihood of a sharp drop there on the fourth to reach a significant support level. So we may have, like, the low may be on the third or the fourth or possibly the fifth. But we have a strong decline there. There's two trade opportunities on the fourth that stand out. One of them involves a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance on a one-day chart, meeting secondary resistance, and then pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. And then the other swing trade opportunity involves a fast sudden move higher, marking the end of a period of volatility. On the fifth, we have, towards the end of the day, there's a day's low on the fifth. Towards the end of the day, and there what appears to be like the cessation of this downward trend. Towards the end of the day on the fifth, we have a breakout, at least on a one-day chart, but maybe on a multi-day chart, either overnight on the 5th, 6th, or maybe very late on the 5th. But the majority of behavior on the 5th, it looks like is going to be strong decline. A brief high that's easily missed. Interesting. On the 6th, we have a decline from a support level to meet a second support level, and then we rotate sideways along that support for a bit. On the 7th, we rally to meet a important resistance. Looks like that's our first important crest for the month. I wouldn't say high because I think the high's probably further along in the month. But this is our first important crest. There's some adverse information that may come to light here that I'm advised to heed. It's not going to be like great info, like as far as like what we want to hear. And then on the 7th, there's also a rally there, marking an opportunity to position oneself for a bit of a decline. I get that same correlation on the 3rd as well, out of the low correlator. Out of the low on the 3rd, there's a rally that offers an opportunity to position oneself for a decline. So there's probably another low there on the 4th, 5th. Okay, so on the 8th, a low towards the end of the day, trade opportunity towards the end of the day, I should say, on the 8th. And there's a fast sudden move higher through multiple resistance levels. On a one-day chart, it'll stand out. On the 9th, a decline that'll stand out on a 1-month chart. On the 10th, failed attempt to break through a key resistance on a 1-month chart, followed by a decline through key support on a 1-month chart. On the 11th, we have a swing trade opportunity there. There's a big move to the upside to fill a previous gap down or out of oversold territory, maybe like, out of oversold territory, and that'll take place within a period of decline, and on a one-day chart there'll be a sharp drop that stands out in that period of decline. On the 12th, we have selling from near overbought territory. Looks like at the end of the day there is a day's low towards the end of the day. But I'm advised to open up some protection in any case, so it looks like we probably go lower. So I'd want to buy protection earlier in the day than the end of the day, but it's just advising me that will go lower than the price level at the end of the day on the 12th, and it looks like we probably do that on the 13th. There's a swing trade opportunity there where when we attempt to establish support in the midst of a sharp decline that will stand out on a multi-day chart, maybe a year-to-date chart, possibly more than just Bitcoin, but more cryptos involved. On the 14th, there's a rally that ends with a fast sudden move, rally along a diagonal trend line that ends with a fast sudden move higher, and then a breakdown through that diagonal trend line with increasing volatility as we move down. On the 15th, we have a big move higher that would stand out on a 1 month chart. It also offers an opportunity to position oneself for a downward move. On the 16th, we have selling from overbought territory, overbought crest. On the 17th, there's another strong likelihood of a sharp drop here. We have a opportunity at a support level, at a key support level on a 1 month chart to open up, to cash in on a position. And there's two swing trade opportunities. One involves a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance, meeting secondary resistance, and then pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. That's on the scale of a 1 day chart. And then the other swing trade opportunity involves a period of volatility that ends with a fast sudden move higher, again on the scale of a 1 day chart. On the 18th, we have another low correlator. It looks like it's either on the 18th or the 19th that we see a low. On the 18th, it looks like there's a bit of a move to the upside. It's a sideways S formation between a resistance and a support. So decline from resistance to support, a rally back to the resistance, and then a decline back to that support. It's a sideways S formation, but there's a rally in there that marks on a 1 month scale an opportunity to open up a position for a downward move. It looks like the following day on the 19th we have a low. There's a trade opportunity in there. Yeah, so I'm picking up now. It looks like the sharp drop is most likely at the very end of the month, where we see these likelihoods, these black stars with 6 points. Interesting. So this is probably not a low here on the 18th, but it's a prominent trough, I should say. Not a month's low, but a prominent trough. It could be a month's low, but more likely it's a prominent trough. It'll stand out on a 1 month chart. And then out of that trough on the 19th, there's a big move to the upside. There's a bit of a decline on the 19th, but then there's a big move to the upside to push the upper end of a range, and that's on a scale of a 1 month chart kind of range. It might not be the full range of the month, but like it'll stand out. It's more than like a day's range that's being pushed. On the 20th, there's a swing trade opportunity. Congress might be highlighted, or some sort of important leader is highlighted here, and there's a swing trade opportunity involving a period of volatility that ends with a fast sudden move to the upside. On the 21st, out of a decline, there's a big move higher from the bottom of a range to the top of a range, and that's on the scale of a 1 month chart again. On the 20th, a swing trade opportunity. There's 3 pokes through the same price level followed by a decline, and then the swing trade opportunity on the 22nd involves a big move higher to fill a previous gap down or out of oversold territory, and or both. On the 23rd, a big move higher. We break out here on a 1 month scale, and we break out here on the 23rd. We break out here on the 23rd, and we have another prominent crest here for the month on the 23rd. Now we could be getting into like the month's high territory here in this last let's say 7-8 days. So there's a breakout here, an important breakout. It'll stand out on the 23rd and a prominent crest. And then on the 24th, there's a trade opportunity. An agreement between 2 leaders or a merger of some kind may be highlighted. It might be with like a different crypto in the news, and it impacts Bitcoin somehow. On the 24th, there's usually like a holding pattern around this card, and then like a big pop followed by a drop. On the 25th, we have the opportunity to position ourselves for volatility to play both directions, and there's very likely a sharp drop here. swing trade opportunities, one involving an attempt to reestablish support, and the other one involving a rally along a diagonal trend line on a 1-month chart, breaking through horizontal resistance on a one-day chart, meeting a second resistance, and then pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. And then on the 26th, it looks like there's another big move higher to reach for distant resistance. This is very likely the month's high here. I think probably the most likely shot at a month's high. It also offers an opportunity to position oneself for a downturn, just like the 23rd did, I should say. And we'll be reaching for distant resistance here. It's almost an irrational move higher on the 26th. On the 27th, looks like we probably have a bit of a gap down on the 27th. Overnight from the 26th to the 27th, because we have a rally that increases with momentum moving forward in the day, but we also have a low correlator here, so there's probably a prominent trough here that'll stand out between these highs. Definitely not a month's low, but a prominent trough that'll stand out between these two crests that are forming. There's also an opportunity there. The rally on the 26th and the 27th both offer an opportunity to position oneself for a downturn. It looks like there's a downturn there on the 28th. Very likely a very strong drop here, and a swing trade opportunity on the 28th that involves a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance on a 1-day chart, meeting secondary resistance, and then pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. And I think that's probably the 28th. Somewhere right around there, like, so we rotate sideways out of the 28th, and then there's a fast sudden move higher on the 28th. I think probably this rally, there's a rally out of this sharp drop. There's a rally to meet another crest on the 29th. After rotating sideways along support, and then that crest is very likely the high, followed by another sharp drop and a swing trade opportunity there on the 30th, involving a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance on a 1-day chart, and meeting secondary resistance, and then pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. And again, a very strong likelihood of a sharp drop there. But the high is either around like the 26th, possibly the 28th or 29th. I think on the 29th, at the end of the day, there's probably a trough, or a day's low at least. But it gets kind of choppy there, and the month's high is somewhere around the 26th, 28th, or 29th, let's say. The sneak preview for the following month, look, the rally continues, but it offers opportunity to position oneself for a downturn again. And that's moving, the rally continues into December, I should say. Guys, that's Bitcoin. You don't need to take my word for it, guys, and wait a whole month to see. You can always check out the last monthly prediction we did, or if you want to see what our accuracy is like, go check out the one-day readings of the S&P 500 that we do every day. We've been doing it for years and years, every single day by the hour, 98% average accuracy. You can look at tomorrow's, see the results the very next day, see that this is 100% legit. That's how it goes, guys. Check out the evidence and see for yourself. Yeah, that's Bitcoin, guys. Don't forget to follow that rule of karma. It's super important. If you plan to profit from this information, you got to follow that rule of karma. Otherwise, it is going to bite you in the butt. Make sure you know what that rule of karma is and make sure you follow it. You can check out our video explaining the rule of karma for the channel. And with that said, guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.